then it was a huge effort on the part of the staff here, on the part of advisors and experts, to do a comprehensive review of everything that happened in the lab. There was a very intensive stress test by WADA, with 7 experts coming in for a number of days, while a number of samples, blind samples, were tested for all sorts of substances. And they passed that stress test, and they did fantastically well to do so. And it was right that they had such a hard stress test, because there's more or less the ultimate stress test is the Olympic Games, where there's a huge number of tests to be done in a very short time. And I'm glad to say that the laboratory's been performing superbly. As you know, they've done all these 3,000 or more analyses. They're going to be doing another 1,000 or more, and they're turning around the results very quickly. We had previously arranged for the samples to go directly from the doping control station to the laboratory, and then the A sample is opened without delay, and the analysis process is started. So this really eliminates, if not, well, it certainly reduces and probably eliminates any possibility of tampering with the samples. And there's a number of other security measures that have been put in place. There's a huge security presence, both national and from the National Guard, and also private security at the laboratory. Extensive network of surveillance cameras. I will get the footage personally of the surveillance camera that has been pointing at the door of the freezer where the samples are kept. So that will be very exciting for me to look at that, a month's worth of surveillance of the door of the freezer. And there's a guard there in front of the freezer who is logging everyone who goes in, and they have to go in pairs to take any samples out, and how long they're in there. So the whole thing is very carefully controlled. And allied to that, there will be forensic examination of samples as well, to make sure that there's been no tampering.
This is gonna be tough, very tough. I mean, forensic and all that. So, I mean, those athletes just know that you're clean after getting that world record. Quickly, a reaction from you, Toby, because Austin will be joining us after the break.
Yeah, it's good. The organizers are putting everything together to make sure that this tournament, this championship is clean. The Olympics has been bedeviled with a lot of scandals in the past because of records were broken, only for us to hear that they had some spices in their system. Okay. So at the end of the day, but it's good. They're putting on measures in place. Okay,
Austin will definitely be talking to us, but that will be after this break. I'm bringing in Austin now. We just have a few minutes to go on the program. The question I'm going to ask him is the mood. What is it like in Brazil? How are Nigerians are feeling after this crashing out, especially yesterday? Austin?
Good morning, Cecilia. Good morning, Tayo. Good morning, Toby, Emmanuel. It's really tough. Yeah, it was really tough last night. Met some Nigerians. They weren't willing to talk to the camera because a lot of them traveled from the United States to give support to the basketball team. Well, yeah, it happens. It's sports. Look, the Olympics is all about participation, inclusion, and then, of course, if you can win in a special way, just as Van Kierk did in his event. All hope is not lost. The lessons out of this is what we should be talking about. When we come out of this Olympics now, will everybody just go dust their bed, put up a new sheet, and then sleep again till Tokyo 2020? We shouldn't do that again. We should start getting ready from now if we want to see something different. I'm now wearing my football jersey. Yeah, I was wearing the basketball shirt yesterday. It's off now. Football jersey. We need to, put our hope on the football guys, see what they can do. At least get into the medal zone and then win something. Blessing Okon-Akpan, guys, please. All we can do is give support to the team now. Blessing Okon-Akpan, let's see what you can do with that event. Ivan Ududuru or Tega, they'll be busy. Tega will be busy today. Efe Ajagba. It's a tough one against his Kazakhstan opponent, but when we saw what he did against the guy from Trinidad and Tobago, first round knockout, can only just support our Nigerian brother to go all the way. So all hope is not lost for the athletes. Administration, are we learning? Guys, that's the big question now.
Okay, we're really learning seriously. Also, you know what? Tomorrow you join us from the beginning of the show because we'll be talking football and athletics and what went down all through the night. Thank you so much. Go take a nap now because I know you're very tired. It's showing on your face right now. Okay, quickly, I mean, we'll end the segment now, talk about the Champions League. I mean, what's happening around Manchester City will be in action later today against a Romanian side, but Pep Guardiola is talking though. But after this short break, we'll just do that quickly.
He's much better. The last 2 days training amazing, but I was not sure if he's going to play, and I prefer to stay there training good in Manchester because we travel with the two guys, young guys, and maybe we'll stay out of the selection. Maybe I don't know. Out of the selection, I prefer to be the young guys, not Yaya Touré, and I prefer to stay there to training and focus on the next game. I think it's not a moment to talk about the players who are not in the Manchester City. So they are players for the other club, so I'm not going to talk the previous day for maybe one of the most important games of the season, talking about the transfer or something like that.
Just Pep Yaya Touré, Joe Hart, man, like you don't know feature, and you were saying something behind it. Look, you should go to PSG, they can pay his wages.
No, I'm just saying, Toby, I mean, the writing is on the wall. He didn't play against the Sunderland, now has been excluded from the trip to start Bucharest in the Champions League.
Yaya knows that he has no future under Guardiola. It has happened in the past, and it's also repeating itself. So there are a lot of clubs are waiting for him to just give him a fight. So just make his decision. That's what
his agent is saying he's gonna stick and fight for his place.
Don't mind his agents. The agents are coming. They are good in making this. They say this player is leaving nowhere. Pogba is leaving nowhere. At the end of the Pogba,
they move. Okay. Now let's talk about Chelsea. What happened last night at Conte? It was a good debut for him.
Chelsea struggled, and thank God for Costa who came to rescue the team. And it's also showing that this is what we expect in the EPL.
Yeah.
What happened to Imba? I mean,
Imba lost because they lost from the first match.
Exactly, it wasn't.
Also, Paul Agbogu have proven that he doesn't have what it takes to manage a big team like Imba. He got all the players. He told the management he wanted. They signed the most player this season, and now that's what we see the result they've gotten for themselves. It's good for them to learn and get what we don't have what it takes to play in the continent, because we win all our matches at home and we lose all our away games. So we bring it to the continent to play against teams that win from home, and so we struggle.
So it's quality, surely it's quality over quantity.
Yeah, it is. Do you have time for papers to tire?
Just one or two, like complete sports. Mikel Gnabry, we saw Gnabry, the Arsenal man, scored 6 goals in this tournament against Mikel. Mikel also has inspired his team. It's going to be very big tomorrow.
As for complete sport then, okay.
Yeah, we have chase gold and not money. Coach advised the dream team during their time. They also chase money. So, without money, they cannot get in this.
Human beings are walking contradictions.
You should know that Guardiola drops Touré for Iheanacho. That's on Sporting Sun.
Yeah, good one for Iheanacho.
Good one for
Iheanacho is trying to get something out also. It helps his confidence level. Then Sporting Sun, we are ready to die.
Please don't die. Literally, that's
let them live. Let them live and
figure of speech. Figure of speech.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining us on the program. Toby, thank you for coming.
Pleasure.
I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Bye for now.
Many thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Tahir Salam.